Howdy, everybody. For this chapter, which is chapter 8, it is a little different than other chapters have tended to be. You know how certain authors in textbooks try to almost create like a narrative when they are weaving these chapters together. So, when we talk about primitive data types and then we talk about, entry and then we talk about output and we talk about all of those things, it kind of weaves together this almost like a story from a chapter. Then there's other chapters. Chapter 8 is one of those chapters. This is Object Palooza. So what we're going to do is go take a look at some things that we've seen in chapter 6 and actually some things that we've ignored this whole time. And we're going to kind of try to shed a little bit of extra light on them. So there's going to be parts of this chapter that are covered a little differently just out of kind of necessity. So first and foremost, we're going to talk about static class members. That's going to be largely different than we've seen before. We are going to revisit in 8.2 and 8.3, we are going to revisit passing objects as arguments and returning objects as methods. We are going to look at the toString method and the equals method kind of together because these are absolutely important, but they are not what they appear just on the surface. We are going to look at what it means to copy objects, and actually after you're done looking and reading through the copy objects, I have a bit of a question to ask you guys about further investigation into the copying of objects. We're going to talk about aggregation. That's 8.7. I knew it would go there as soon as I clicked on it, and I did it anyway. When we're done with aggregation, the last of the big pieces here, these move really quickly, but they're still pretty big pieces. This, the keyword this is something I'm going to fail to not use outside of its keyword when we're talking about it, is usually covered in like chapter 3 of most other textbooks. So it's the one major qualm I have with the way this text is put together. Enum types, this is going to be something that kind of breaks your mind a little bit, which is good because we use enum all the time. And we're going to talk really briefly about garbage collection in a way that is wholly unsatisfactory, at least to me. So that is what we'll do here in chapter 8, which is, again, just a grab bag of objects and classes and stuff that revolves around them.